When I told him, he froze for a moment. Then he took my hand and said he would take responsibility. He would marry me if I agreed. I'm 43, divorced for 6 years, and have been raising my 10th grade daughter on my own. Our life has always been quiet and steady. I work as an HR team leader in a private company. At this age, I thought I was mature enough not to get entangled in emotional complications anymore. But sometimes things just happen, naturally, unexpectedly, beyond what reason can control. He was a new hire, 24 years old, fresh out of college, assigned to my department. At first, I saw him only as a younger colleague, someone I helped because he was polite, kind, and eager to learn. But then came the late-night messages, the evenings we stayed at work together, and the coffee breaks after hours. Gradually, the age gap began to fade. I didn't expect myself to be so vulnerable again. He was different from any man I'd met before, sincere, patient, and never calculating. I used to be afraid of judgmental looks, used to hide our relationship. But he would always say, "I don't care what others think, I just want you to be happy." Hearing that moved me deeply, but it also broke my heart, because I knew one day he might realize how big the gap between us truly is. 2 weeks ago, I found out I was pregnant. At first I thought it was just a sign of perimenopause, but then the test showed 2 lines. I sat there in silence for a long time. Being a mother again at 43, this was never part of my life plan. When I told him, he froze, then held my hand and said he'd take responsibility, that he would marry me if I wanted. But I could still see the confusion and innocence in his eyes. These nights, I can hardly sleep. I feel torn for my daughter. I'm afraid she'll be hurt when she finds out her mother is pregnant by someone even younger than her cousin. I also feel for him, a young man who hasn't even lived his youth fully, now caught in a responsibility so heavy. But most of all, I fear myself. I fear my own selfishness, the part of me that still wants to keep this tiny life growing inside, even knowing how harsh the world might be. I don't know what to do. Keeping the baby means facing judgment, risking my job, and maybe losing this relationship. But if I end it, I'm afraid I'll never be able to forgive myself. At 43, I thought I was strong enough. Yet now I feel smaller and more fragile than ever before. Please, tell me, what would you do if you were me?